Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel, Just a Guy Who Likes Math, and today I'm going to do one of my favorite proofs, which is to prove that there are infinite primes. Now to know this, you do need to know what a relative prime is, also actually known as a coprime. Basically, there are two or more numbers that are prime relative to each other. I'm just taking two as an example, so I could go to my next step basically, but I'm taking two numbers, let's say 6 and 13, which are prime relative to each other. Now we all know 6 is not a prime, 2 and 3 are its prime factors, but the number 6 and number 13 are prime relative to each other because they don't share prime factors. Now there is a rule that consecutive numbers are prime relative to each other. So I just took 25 and 26. The factors of this are, well, 1, 5, and 25, and the factors of 26 is 1, 2, 13, and 26. However, the prime factorization for these two numbers, they don't share any primes. Hence, they're prime relative to each other, relative prime or coprime. Okay, I hope that made sense. Now we could start with the proof. Let's actually start with the assumption that there are finite primes. So we start with the assumption, which we're actually going to prove wrong in the end. But yes, let's start with the assumption. So basically, I could arrange, if there were finite primes, I could arrange all my primes in an ascending order. So let's do P1, P2, P3, so on and so forth until the last prime, assuming there is one, which we did assume. Now P1 obviously equals 2, P2 equals 3, P2 equals 3, P3 equals 5, and so on and so forth till the last prime. Therefore, we could get a number, let's say it's Q, which equals P1 times P2 times P3 times so on and so forth till Pn. Now let's say we have another number, capital P, which equals P1 times P2 times P3 times, all the way to Pn plus 1. Basically, P equals Q plus 1. We got that. Now this new number, capital P could either be a prime or not a prime, right? It could be the capital P could either be a prime or not a prime. However, capital P has to be greater than all the primes in this ascending order, because it's the multiple of all of them plus 1. So 2 times 3 times 5, so on and so forth. It is in ascending order. The number will only get bigger. And we did decide that Pn is the highest prime. So the capital letter P has to not be a prime. Okay? Now, this is where the coprime numbers come in. So by this rule that I just did show you, the numbers Q and P are coprime. So they do not share any prime numbers. And we do know that, and we also know that P is not a prime, so P must have a factor. Let's say it's small letter P sub PK. However, this PK cannot be in this ascending order because Q and P are coprime, and Q is a multiple of all the prime numbers. So PK does not belong to the set of all primes. However, that's not possible because we already did arrange them. So because of this contradiction, our assumption was actually false. So we proved that they're not, the assumption of having finite primes is incorrect. Hence, we did prove that they are actually infinite primes. So it's a pretty cool proof. It just, really short, but it kind of helps a lot. Prime numbers really help in encryption, and they have a lot of other uses. So it's really cool to know. All right, guys, thanks for listening to me. If you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below. If you have any suggestions, also, I'll accept them. If you want to like and subscribe, I do appreciate that. But until next time, peace out.